Day 36. It's a wet one out there. It rained all night. I actually got mice in my camp. All they tore up was a paper towel I had. And I guess I got the corner of an oatmeal. I have my food hanging off my hammock, but I leave oatmeal and coffee out. Oh, I got this great chocolate coffee. I'm so glad they didn't touch it. You can smell it through the bag. Good shit. I haven't tried it yet. It just got sent to me in my box. Kind of stoked on it. But yeah, mice came in here, and I had a paper towel in here, and they just shredded it all over the place. So I start checking shit. I'm like, uh-oh, like I have wrappers in my pocket. Did they chew my pocket? No, they just went after a paper towel and a corner of my oatmeal. I'm still going to eat that oatmeal. They just barely touched the corner of it. I'm boiling the water, even if there's mouse turds in there. No, there's none in there. They just chewed the corner. They didn't go in the bag. But yeah, we have rain. Look at my rain fly going down on my head. I can't even keep the thing off my face. I was just like flappity, mildly moist, dripping. Yeah, awesome. But yeah, it's going to be wet and cold. I don't like wet and cold. There's supposed to be a break in it for a little while, a couple hours, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to do my usual, make some coffee and oats, kick back, and maybe it'll stop raining a little bit and I can pack everything up and run. Just get these few days over with, man. Gotta be nice afterwards. I keep telling myself this. It's gonna warm up, man. Maybe get a little drier. I'm not asking for much. Okay. Long process of packing up. Okay, we have options. Not many. It's supposed to get really bad tonight. Like there's, the little symbols they give me to work with. So right now there's like clouds with like 2 little raindrops coming out of them. And that goes on for a while. It stops for a few hours. So I get a few hours of hiking in and, just drizzle or not, but not full on rain. This is, just according to my phone. But tonight it gets into where there's clouds with just super amounts of raindrops coming out of them and lightning coming out in every single direction possible except up. And 100% chance, and that goes on all night and most of the morning tomorrow. And when it's not thunder clouds or lightning clouds, is there a difference? Not really. One can't exist without the other. But anyway, when there's not those, there's just the clouds with like 3 raindrops and like 80% chance all day. So tomorrow is a wrecked day. I want to batten down tonight. Should I be a dick and take a shelter? There's one in just 4 miles. Let me clear my throat a little bit. Alright, excuse me. But there's a shelter in just 4 miles. Maybe I'll go live there. I have tons of food now. Thanks, frog legs. So I'm not forced to go into town, man. Town is just 15 miles away, so I got a shelter in 4 or 5 miles, and I got one in 12. And maybe I'll ride it out in there, or at least they have good places to set up. They can use the shelter as a wind block or something. I don't necessarily want to sleep in the shelter. My hammock is way more comfortable than sleeping on the ground. And lightning is lightning. I just don't want high winds and all that stress, blowing my tent stakes out. But yeah, it's gonna get rough tonight and tomorrow, man. I'm just gonna want to hide somewhere. Be nice if I was in town so I could upload while I hide. But I don't think I'm making it there today. I'm a pansy, man. I don't want to hike in cold, wet. Well, I mean, I'm gonna, but I don't want to hike far. Decisions. We'll figure it out. I knew that silhouette all the way across my tent. Mosquito season is upon us. They exist. I'm figuring he's just riding out the rain. Nobody's bit me yet. I ain't gonna murder him. I kind of feel bad for him. That mouse keeps coming back to visit me every once in a while. I touch my stuff and he comes scurrying out. He's not doing anything. Mice make noise when they're shredding your shit. But I'm guessing the sound of rain last night covered up his noises, because that'll wake me out of a dead sleep. The noise they make as they're just ransacking your shit. But maybe the fact he went for almost entirely paper towels, like there's little crumbs of it all over the place. I had 2 paper towels. I mean, they were already used, but I was wiping my face with them as I was leaving the Gap yesterday, Neil Gap. And that mouse must have liked whatever was on him. Yeah, I only did 7 miles yesterday. Pretty pathetic, huh? I've been on this trail for like a week now, and yeah, I think I was further along last time than I am now. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'll make up time. Oh, came at me. Oh, did I get you? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. How do they do that, man? They just escape so well. I think I have them. Like, I swear I have them, and I don't. Ah, I got you that time. All right. I win. This is what winning looks like. That's my tense vagina. Uh-oh. I misplaced my hand. Where's my hand? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Look at that thing. Badass, huh? I'm a fan. It even blinks, but I like the solid mode. I can see all around. You can't, but I can. Dun, dun, dun. I'll never lose my hand again. Oh, it's the first time I've ever woke up and had a night crawler in here with me. Hey, buddy. I pulled up my little plastic sheet I keep everything on, and I had a night crawler under there. Go figure. And we're off. I gave, there's some people over there in a Big Agnes. I didn't tell them about their Big Agnes, but they'll figure that out on their own. I was like, hey man, look around you, because it's only going to be this beautiful for a few hours before it gets really, really bad. I was like, try to get yourself into town. Do not count. There's 2 shelters between here and town, but I was like, don't count on any of them having room. There'll be people that actually stay in them today, more than likely. Some. Like, nah, I ain't going on that, and I got enough food. And I don't blame them. I might do the same thing. We're at a shelter and all dry and warm and knew this was coming in, yeah. Town is 15 miles away. I'd like to see if I can make that, maybe team up with somebody to get a room. That way I can upload. That's almost more important to me than riding out the storm. I got a really nice setup, man. I stayed pretty dry last night and warm. I don't expect a whole lot of recording today because it's hard when it's wet and your hands are frozen. But I'll do what I can. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start using poles and get serious. Let's make some miles. I don't feel very safe right now. We should probably change that. This is eerily gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, this is all ridge walking. I could just see where everything just disappeared. It's out of me. Glad I stopped where I did. It was the least of all the evils. At least in my opinion. I mean, I don't know what the other ones look like, but I know I keep heading up. And the ridge gets narrower and narrower. So it's like, yeah, just set up, man. If you're all cold and your fingers hurt and you're super unhappy and it's nearish the end of the day, why not? Hell, I slept all the way till 5. And if I didn't pass out till like 6:30, that's a good night's sleep. I should have the energy to make it to town today, shouldn't I? We'll see how it goes. So the hope is that I can make it to Hachita, and that when I get there, since I met a lot of people, because I talked to everybody, and then I took 2 days off, or a little more than 2 days, because, you know, I kind of Nero'd in and slacked my time, and then Nero'd out. Should give them plenty of time to get ahead of me, and possibly in town as we speak, and then staying, because they're like, ooh, rainstorm, so I can just show up there, get dropped off at, so I did stay there once before. I have a vague memory of a really cheap motel that was filled with hikers. So I'm thinking I can just go wander in there and be like, hey, anybody got room for a wet hiker on their floor? Give somebody like $10 and call it good. Because I do not want my own room. I'm more interested in making it into town for the Wi-Fi than I am to avoid the storm. Like I said, I like my setup. At least right now it's working really well. It could be better, but I'm having a hard time finding... I need tape that sticks to sil nylon, and I've tried Gorilla Tape. It came right back off. I've tried KT tape, and I don't remember the other kind of tape that something I found in the hiker box. What is it? Can't even remember. But none of them stuck at all. If I can get tape to stick to it, I can actually make some pretty cool improvements on my tarp. Make it bigger on the inside, so it's not just an A-frame. You know, put a kind of a stick across the top to poke those edges out. But not a stick. I don't want something that's going to poke through at a rainstorm. I understand the concept. But I need tape to make some sort of cradle that will hold it. You know, and just the pressure of the sides hold it in place. I wouldn't mind having more space in there without actually having more space. I carry a little thing. My trekking poles are too long. I needed to sit up pretty high so it's out of my way. I've been thinking on it, and I'll figure something out. Keep experimenting with pieces of tape till I find something that actually sticks. Or maybe I even have to silicone something on. I could deal with that too. Maybe some pieces of string or something. I don't know. You know, I just work on things in my mind. You got problems, how do you solve them? I don't have problems, it's just like I can improve. And when you're living in your tent for a good 6-8 months, you might as well make that thing homey. This is about as beautiful as the day is going to get, I expect. Maybe it'll clear up a little bit, but the sun will not shine. Oh, yeah. Oh, birds are singing. Well, that's a good sign. It's actually kind of a pleasant little stroll right now. Enjoy it while it lasts, you know? I feel good. Super safe. Weird. Every once in a while, one of these comes down not as a raindrop, but as a flake. But it is not cold enough down here to snow. That's a big storm is coming in, man. I don't expect snow. I wasn't warned of snow. There's just raindrops on there. But every once in a while, one of these is a flake. Or there's something sloughing around here out of the trees. I doubt it, but I think maybe something's trying to bloom and it's throwing out some sort of, hairs or whatever, the fluff that comes out. But no, these are falling about the speed and the size of what I know to be a snowflake. But it is way, way too warm for that. I'm not even wearing freaking gloves. It's that warm. So I'm confused. Okay, I'm just seeing shit. I don't know. Drugs. It's drugs. Got a really good pace all morning. I don't want to check any maps or anything to see mileage because it'll just depress me. As long as I see a white blaze everywhere, I have no need to. I'm going to need to find water eventually, but when it's falling from the sky, you don't really drink as much. Don't know why. That and cold make you not want to drink. Still need the water. It's not like I'm breathing in it. You should be able to breathe in all this moisture, retain some of it. I mean, that is a glaring flaw in the human system. If I'm going to breathe in the water, I might as well utilize it. Recirculate my own. It's about 9 o'clock. I should be getting near that shelter. It is a little off trail, but I do have to go down to it. I need water. I don't want to go do it, but yeah, needs. Okay, I checked the map. I got about a half mile to go before it. Funny enough, this is where one of those picture icons is on the map. There's supposed to be a view out there somewhere. I see it. Ooh, there the cold wind blows. Ooh, that's got a little bite to it. Okay, we are at Low Gap Shelter. Water. It's right down there. I can see a bunch of, are those tents everywhere? Really? They all white? Those signs. Oh, those are signs. Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, I thought they were all like tents at a distance. Turns out they're signs up close. Hey man, my glasses are all foggy. It's foggy. They look like tarps, but I was like, what are the odds they're all the same color? Is this some weird religious thing? Did I stay out? I ran into a dude I've run into a couple of times. He's smart. He has an umbrella. The rain generally falls straight down out here, so you can totally get away with one. But he said he was the last one here, so he's like, it's all yours. Like, I'm just here for this. Agua flowing right through the camp. I should do second coffee, but I feel I'm in a little hurry. Ah, see, I was right. He's the one talking about the picnic benches being under the awning. I was like, dude, don't count on that. And I was right. Okay. Let's get going. I guess why we're here, why we're filtering. Might as well abuse the privy a little bit. I don't like pooping in the rain any more than anybody else does. I mean, this isn't bad. It's not a downpour. I could do it, but I'm a delicate and sensitive creature. Well, I'm going to at least look at the privy. The poo tower's too tall. You know, I don't want my junk hitting it. Washed my flag. Yeah, it got a little muddy yesterday. You can't have a dirty flag. That's disrespectful, man. Although it does have some green stuff growing on it from being on that tree for so long. I was thinking next time I actually do laundry, I'll throw it in there with it. I washed my ground mat because that thing was just covered in mud. But those are the only dirty things I got out of it last night, so I'll count myself lucky. Everything's a little moist, but more or less clean. So I was like, well, they're wet. I might as well wash them in the little water source here. Let's do our thing. Carry on. 10 miles to town. Let's see if we can make it. There was definitely a poo tower going on in there, but there's handicap rails, so I was able to hover really easily. Oh, I feel much better. I don't think I remembered to poop yesterday. That explains that. I was all stressed out. I had lost stuff, very important equipment and rain and stuff. These things happen. Let's see if my water's done filtering yet. If not close enough, I only have 10 miles to go. Humans stack these rocks. It's a really wide trail they made here. Tons of, I want to call them waterfall because liquid is technically falling, but they're more like steady drips. Yeah, like this little guy here. You can tell there's barely they had to form something with rocks because it wasn't going to dig its own channel. I mean, it would eventually, but probably meander all over the place and just make it a mud pit right there. Had to stop, take off my hoodie. I was just sweating too much, and I was like, well, while it's not raining, I should fill my pockets full of snacks. Because once it's raining, you don't want to stop, take off your pack, dig through it, all that fun stuff. So I was like, let's just jam-pack them in there. Man, if I can keep the pace up in less than 5 hours, I'd be the road to hitch into town. Maybe even 4, depending. It's putts, putts, putts. I haven't looked at elevation or anything like that, just distance. What does elevation matter when you can only see 30 yards in front of you? It's the beginning of the Green Tunnel. Jack's Gap Trail. I believe I'm on the Chattahoochee. I see 2 blazes from here. That's the first gap I've seen that's plural form, Jack's Gap. For some reason we want to put a plural on them, like Neil's Gap, but it is Neil Gap. What a day, huh? We're not even halfway over yet. Let's see what happens today. Hoping there's just good Wi-Fi in my future. That's about my biggest concern. So I ran into these guys again. We just passed a guy on trail. His name is Cast Iron, and unfortunately for him, his shtick is that he carries a cast iron pan. Because everybody's got their shtick. Because for him, not only is it heavy, but you know how long it takes to heat one of those with a little gas stove? He's cooking ramen in it right now, a skillet. But it's a cast iron skillet. People. But it's probably about as heavy as a kilt, isn't it? There's that. Alright, so they've got a shuttle coming to pick them up at 4 to go to a hostel. It's $10 a night, donation based. And that gives us plenty of time to get there. Even if it rains and slows us down to like a mile an hour, we'll still make it. It won't be fun or easy, but, and they claim there's Wi-Fi there, because that is my biggest. Sure, I want to ride out the rainstorm. But you know what? I'd rather camp in a rainstorm if it had awesome 5G Wi-Fi. Into a beautiful little rock slide. This isn't bad because they've been here so long. They're cemented together. You have a wobbler here and there, but for the most part. So Tobacco says he is quite the cook and that he will go get some steaks and cook up some steaks as long as I invite him and his old lady to a safety meeting or two. Sounds like a great trade to me. See what the hostel has in its hiker box. Do a little logistics. I don't like that kind of stuff, but I don't want to be all starving in the Smokies. Because I don't believe the NOC has stuff I will want or be able to afford. You know, it's kind of touristy. It's a little adventure town. I do remember kind of having a grocery store. Maybe it was an outfitter, not a grocery store, but like, yeah, something more like an outfitter that had probably mountain houses and such. I don't really like Mountain House. There's the other ones that are, you know, similar things that are better, but Mountain House I vomited more often than not when I've eaten those. And I don't know why. And there might be other things to play. There was drinking, hallucinogenics, and things involved in some of them. But I blame the Mountain House. Acid doesn't make me puke. So they made it sound as though there was a shuttle that just came here on the regular. So it's coming at 4 o'clock regardless, whether I'm there or not. But I have so much time. Probably like 3.2 away, I'd guess. And I have 3.5 hours to get there. Yeah, take it mellow. I would like to get to the road though and maybe find a hidey hole, because I assume by that point it's probably going to rain pretty good. So it'd be nice to have somewhere to stand, but I imagine it probably won't be. Maybe it'll be an informational kiosk or something. So I want to reserve my space at that while we wait, because there'll probably be other people. There is a shelter down here, but I bet it didn't see a whole lot of action because it's so close to Unicoi Gap. I mean, it still sees action. It's an AT shelter. But it's only like 3 miles to the Gap from here, so I think most people be like, nah, I got 3 miles in me. What the hell's that? Oh, a teddy bear. You look pretty gross. I was gonna pick you up and carry you out, but no, you look gross. Don't carry that gross wet thing. I can hear the road. Been able to hear it for a while. It's just been kind of a technical downhill. Not real hardcore, but you know, wet rocks. Decently flat surfaces. I got good traction on them, but I'm not, you know, testing it all out. Not putting blind faith in rocks, trying to walk in between when I can. When it's an option. The girl back there was telling me how much she loves to hike through rocks when we had just hit the section. And I was like, you'll eat those words. I remember when I called Pennsylvania and I was like, oh, come on, man, this isn't that rocky. Come on. And then, you know, like I'm crying a couple days later. Or at least whining moderately. But I remember getting all stressed out. That was back before I had GPS working on my side. You know, I wasn't utilizing all the tools out there. So I just had that paper map to go on. And since I was staring straight down for foot placement, because there's, you know, a lot of sideways thin rocks out there, I don't want to break an ankle, and it was raining, of course. I thought maybe I missed the sign that told me to go off somewhere. I wasn't sure or not. And you don't know until you finally come across it, but you're traveling so slow, you feel like you've gone farther. I doubt I'll have the same experience. Hoping for whole new experiences to try to break me. Except that's part of the fun. At what point do I yell at the sky and throw my poles to the ground, only to pick my poles up into feet and keep walking? Did that once last time. I was over gnats. Oh, gnats. I got an idea this time, though, man. I'm already formulating on a plan for that. I don't like bug nets on my head. Just don't. It's uncomfortable, but if you don't have it, you get gnats in your ass. So what I'm thinking is cutting about a bandana-sized piece of bug net off of something that somebody throws in a hiker box, and just kind of tying it around my glasses and whatnot, all loose, hangs down my face, kind of like I'm robbing a bank, but a little bit higher. You know, not just on the nose, over the whole glasses and everything. And I think that'll keep the majority of them out, and I can still see everything. I can still, you know, breathe. I don't mind if they get in my mouth and my nose, my ears, stuff like that. That doesn't bother me. I will digest you. But when they go in my eyes, there's nothing I can do. I can't even pick them out because my fingers are disgusting. I don't really wash my hands that much out here. I mean, they're okay by my standards. It's mostly dirt, but, you know, I wouldn't want to put that in my eye anyway. So that's the defense I'm going to work on. It's going to keep my... I think there was one of the last hiker box, too. I just didn't think of this idea until a little later. We have time. Alright, so maybe even better. I just passed a gentleman who, instead of... He just gave me more information. As people, you know, people do. Everyone wants to share some. And there is a shuttle coming at 2:30 that goes directly to the hostel. And then there is a 4 o'clock shuttle, which is what the other cats were talking about. And that's just like a city shuttle that comes for anybody, everybody. So I happen to be, hear that? That's traffic. I am close. I haven't checked how close, but I'm close. And I still have like an hour to go till 2:30. So I'm going to jump in on that early one and not have to wait around. Glad I sped up. So I thought about hanging out with them and hiking, but they're pretty slow at this point, so I had to carry on. But they'll get the 4 o'clock one. I'll be all set up and whatnot when they get there. If there's room for it. Yeah, that's going on the assumption that this place has some sort of large vehicle. Because there's a dude behind me. He mentioned friends. I should have asked how many. You try to keep casual conversation. I'm not like, grilling the dude. How many friends are you with? Do you know how big the vehicle is that's coming? These are all important questions, but yeah, we'll figure this out. All right. Like how everything works out. I don't want to get my ass handed to me in a storm, and I want Wi-Fi, and I want a steak. I'm sure I want other things. Well, I want to wash my hair. I'm carrying hair care products right now, man. I mean, but they seem really, really good. Like, you know, I'm sure that I'm going to come out with soft, silky, bouncy, beautiful fucking hair after this. I mean, how could I not? So I am carrying the weight. My hair is dead, though. It's dead. I need to lose like 2 inches. But I'm not willing to spend like $30 to do it. That's at least 2 breakfasts. Come on. What would you rather have? A little less hair or 2 breakfasts? Come on. It's a no-brainer. Unfortunately, there was no room at the hostel. So the shuttle driver, can't remember what her name is, she dropped me off at the Ingalls. I need to find a place to hunker down first. I'll worry about food later. The cheapest place in town, she says, she called them and asked if I could tent there. And, you know, they're like, nah, we don't, because we don't have the bathroom facilities for it. But they're $80 a night, and I don't want to spend $80. So, I'm gonna wander around first. Maybe I'll wander by there to see if there's any hikers I know. Maybe I can squeeze in with them, but that's about all I can think. Just ran into another hiker. He had a dog. And I asked him, hey, where are you staying, man? And he's like, oh, over here at this place. I was like, how much is it? He's like, 120 a night. And I was like, nah, because if I split a room with him, I didn't even ask. Because if I split a room with him, that's still $60. I might as well pay the 80 and have my own room, so, thank you. I'll go down the budget and see what's going on, man. Maybe I know somebody. I once rode out a storm at this very place. I'm making an executive decision. I see no hiker sign outside. I see nothing hanging over anything, nothing. No shoes outside the doors. I'm making an executive decision. If there's room, I'm staying here. I don't care. I don't want to be in a storm. I want some Wi-Fi. I'd like to just sit on my ass and not go have to forage for a place to sleep and all that shit. Especially with a storm coming in. So, yeah, let's go talk to the peeps and see what can happen. He says his Wi-Fi is good. I expect the Wi-Fi would be better everywhere this time opposed to last. I mean, it's been what, like damn near 8 years, right? So you think everybody would have upgraded at least once. Oh, spooky. I was out in front last time. I didn't have to go down this murder hallway. It's really long. So let's go out there and get scared. Oh, this is us. I didn't know there was a whole backside. Oh, look at that. I got Wi-Fi routers right outside my door. Oh, okay, that's good news. Let's start pushing buttons, see what happens. Take a shower, and I'm gonna freaking condition the shit out of my head. Oh, ooh, big hair. I forgot to mention, so I came down to that gap, and when I got down to the bottom, there was a guy named Brody, and I can't remember what the woman's name was. Damn it. Horrible names. Misha. Anyway. Misha? One of the two. Yeah, that's the ticket. But anyway, they were down there with pizza and drinks and some little Debbie products and whatnot. That was fucking excellent on a rainy day. I wasn't expecting to be down at the Gap. And then the lady pulled up to the shuttle and she, was like, I'll drop you off in town. So awesome. And then, I walked my happy ass back here and now I'm in a room living it up, lap of luxury. He did give me a discount. It was only $70 because the TV doesn't work, he said. And I was okay with that. He knew as a hiker, but he's used to us. This is where I stayed last time, not this room, but right on the other side of one of these walls. Could very well be the other side of this wall. I don't know. But I've washed all my stuff, hanging up to dry. I'm trying to upload, but it's already been gone for 15 minutes, and I only have 2%. So I'll be happy to get one out. This is not working out. Unfortunately, there's only LTE here, so I can't use service. So yeah, no. It's hard to upload stuff, man. All right. I'm going to take a shower and stuff, see if I can't get this all soft. The lady at the Gap that fed me pizza also had MRE style food, so I have one in a package heating right now, going through its weird chemical reactions. And by the time I'm done with the shower, I'll have some beef stew. Well, I didn't expect that. I think it's hot there. Beef stew. Nummy. Well, I'm bummed. Wi-Fi here sucks. I was excited, I got the room because one of the reasons was it had the word fast next to it when I looked at it on the Wi-Fi. It was the only one that said fast. I don't often even see it list that, but it is not fast. What the hell is it basing that off of? I'm off on the hunt for food right now. Figure I might as well take care of everything before the rain comes in, so I don't have to go out again. I'm going to send 5 days of food up to Fontana Dam. So tomorrow sometime, I might wait as long as possible depending if it's storming or not. If it's early, I'm going to run down to McDonald's. It's way past the Angles though. We'll go to the McDonald's, see if their Wi-Fi works. Maybe I can get one or two of. Fucking desperate. So try McDonald's Wi-Fi. Come back to Angles. Buy 5 days of food. Stop off at the post office. Mail it out. And then walk my happy ass out of here. That's the plan. But we know how to do with plans. So. Okay. Right now the plan is to find some food. Or something that passes that. I saw Taco Bell up the way. It might do. Day 37. It rained all night, but that's not the unfortunate part because it's still raining now. But fuck, the Wi-Fi here sucks. That's my main complaint. I've been trying to upload a video all night, all day yesterday, because, I got here at like 4 or something. And I started trying immediately, and it was super slow, and I was like, well, maybe I can get one done. No, while I was sleeping, the transfer failed due to whatever reason, man. I don't think they've upgraded their Wi-Fi here in the past 10 years. I think this is the same Wi-Fi from last time that was giving me problems. Fuck. So now I'm gonna, what town has Wi-Fi? Shit. So I'm gonna go down to the McDonald's in a little bit, and I'm gonna go sit there for the rest of the day. It's supposed to rain all day anyway. Maybe I won't even leave town. Maybe I'll sleep next to McDonald's if it has good Wi-Fi. I don't know. I gotta get something out, man. Freaking out over here. Got too much shit in my phone, and I want to get it all out. Anyway. I didn't want to wake up early today. I wanted to sleep in, but it's just after 3 and my mind popped awake. And I was like, oh, let's go over and check on the video because that's the first thing I do when I wake up. And to see that transfer failed just pisses me off, man. Fuck, upgrade your technology around here, man. I understand you're in a little bumfuck town, but you don't have to be a little bumfuck place, Just, spend $20. I don't know, how much is a fucking router nowadays? Those things come free, I'm pretty sure, man. You just sign up for service and here's a router. You don't have to keep using the same one from 1987, They have made better shit. But anyway, I'm just annoyed. So we'll figure something out, man. I gotta sit in fucking McDonald's or Walmart or something. And they're not gonna make it easy on me. But this town doesn't have Walmart. It has McDonald's. I'll try that. But if it's not going smooth, I'm just leaving town. We're not uploading anything, man. See how it goes. Sorry, I'm starting off in a bad mood, man. I hate seeing that transfer failed thing, man. I spend money on this shit. You don't like spending money? I'm a cheap bastard. When I spend some money, I want something out of it. At least I got to ride out a storm. But I want double duty. Ride out a storm and upload some stuff, man. I'm way behind. All right, let's make some coffee. Calm down a little bit. Have a safety meeting, man. Everything's happy. Yay. Fuck. And so it has stopped raining for now. I'm out there having my morning safety. But it's only a short window. My phone's saying I got like 2 hours before it starts again and starts up heavy, thunder, lightning, 100% chance. And it goes on for all day. I mean, at like 11 o'clock, I think it drops down to like a 60% chance, and that's the best it's going to get after right now. So it's like, I'm debating, do I right now just pack everything up and head to McDonald's while it's not raining and just hide there all day? Or kick it here for a while and inevitably leave in the rain and go to McDonald's. I don't know. I'll decide that after this. But now I just want to come out. It sounded like it stopped raining, so I was like, oh, maybe it did. And yeah, my phone's been pretty quick so far. So yeah, this will last like 2 hours, then it starts again. Murr. Okay, so maybe my phone was a little wrong. Like I haven't even gone back in yet. And, well, it's just sprinkling real good, but the bugs are still out. But yeah, it's never, ever going to stop. I don't know if it was this stuff, man, but I could hear shit banging around last night. I didn't know what was going on. I know it wasn't thunder. That didn't start until after I finally went to sleep. But something around here was knocking around. In 3 days, it'll be 80 degrees. 3 little days. We can do this. Well, it sounds like it started up a little early. I'm supposed to have another hour. Well, this is what pretty much all day is supposed to be like. I've only heard one clap of thunder so far. Okay, 2. Yeah. Hey, at least I'm here right now. I'm gonna get kicked out in a couple hours, but I'm here right now. McDonald's is only a little over a mile away from here. I'll get a little moist on the way over. I'm probably gonna wait it out for a while. I got everything mostly packed up. Kind of dreading leaving. And we're off. It's only 10 o'clock. I did have another hour in there, but I was like, oh man, it's barely sprinkling right now. Guy's watching me film it. Ooh, he's got a badge on. He might be offended by it. But anyway, it's barely sprinkling right now, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get up and go. Hopefully it gives me an hour or so before it dumps on me. This place is open 24 hours and they literally have everything jammed in this little store. I was really impressed. I actually complimented the guy. He had so much stuff in there. Look at the display of bongs it has. Well, this place carries everything, man. Every little trinket and whatnot. I'm amazed how much stuff they have crammed in there. These dudes are at it. And 24 hours a day, only 3 people work there. Not many places are open 24 hours anymore. Even Walmart's closed now. What? Alright, so we're going down to the Ingles. And we got to get some shopping done. Mail that up the way, because I remember Fontana Dam did not have much for resupply. Neither did the NOC. But I think I can just carry enough to get me through that. I believe Franklin's next. I'll load up there enough to carry me through the NOC so I don't have to pick up anything there. Because even if they do have stuff, it'll be way overpriced. Same with Fontana Dam. That's a rich people area. So even if they do have some sort of food, it won't be what I want. And I'll pay too much to have it. And I hate that. I at least want one thing to work in my favor. If it's not what I want, at least it should be cheap. And they also have that one church in Franklin that feeds us. So I'm down with that. I like a breakfast. I remember pancakes and eggs last time. Bacon, no, you know, the whole 9 yards, all the breakfasty stuff I love. Let's see if they have up the old, because they have you sign your name on a big old thing. See if they have the one from 2017 around. See if I can find my little name on there. Because I would have used my human name, for I did not have a trail name at that point. It's going to be a rough day today. Hopefully the McDonald's has good Wi-Fi. Got my fingers crossed. Okay, we've made it to the Ingles. It has just started to rain in earnest. I'm mildly moist, but not soaked. Let's go in there and get 5 days of food. Made some little snacky poos for the road and stuff. Fortunately for me, the post office is right next door. It's, oh, I see an American flag right there. That building right there. So I don't have to trudge this stuff across the city as you quite often do. I don't like having to mail myself food, but I like having food in a decent selection. And then after this, we go to the post office, mail that stuff out, and then we go hang out at McDonald's. Ooh, let's check out Starbucks, see what their Wi-Fi is like. Oh, it's coming down in buckets out there, man. I haven't even made it to the McDonald's yet. I'm in the post office. Okay, shh. Rumor has it that they leave these doors unlocked. I talked to a lady. They can hear me through the wall, so I have to whisper. But they leave the doors unlocked and there's no camera in here anywhere, so I think this is where I'm going to spend the night. After we hang out at McDonald's for a few hours. But right now I have a survey I got to take care of because Tiffany really took care of me. She helped me out. The address they gave me to the Fontana Dam on Gut Hooks was incorrect. It wasn't even a real address. I was like, as I told her, I was like, hey, is this correct? Because it doesn't look right. And she's like, no. She helped me figure out what it was. So I got to take my survey and give her glowing reviews. And like a little mini Moses part in the Red Sea of the sky, it stopped raining. Down to a decent sprinkle, but it was heavy like 5 minutes ago. And look at all the water they're throwing up. That's just from the wet ass road. But it's like, we will give you a little part in the rain to make it up to McDonald's. A little over a quarter mile away. No problem, man. Man, the water's freaking flowing across the road. Look at that, it's got waves. You could surf this, or at least boogie board. No rainbow. Thought there would be. It got bright for a second. I was like, oh, here's my chance. I had just gotten done mailing my stuff. But at least I know where I'm probably going to end up sleeping tonight. It's cool that I have options. Look at that. There's a wake. Water everywhere. Got a little stream crossing I got to do, man. Should I take off my shoes? Oh man, I'm glad I missed that. But it'll be back. It's not supposed to stop raining until somewhere near 11, 12 o'clock tonight, so. Yeah, if McDonald's has decent Wi-Fi, I'm just spending the whole day here. If it sucks, the next shuttle leaves at 3 o'clock, I'll be on it. Oh, the Wi-Fi here sucks too. Got my free cheeseburger at least. But yeah, it's not a good day to be out and about, man. I wish I knew where there was good Wi-Fi. It's frustrating. Since there is no reason to stay at the McDonald's, it's time to head back to the post office. Or actually, I'm going to head back to the Ingles. That's where the shuttle leaves at 3 o'clock. And I'm assuming I'll be on it. Not guaranteed, but I'm assuming I will be. If I could just find Wi-Fi. The whole time I was there, I uploaded a whole 2%. So I was like, I give up on that. And at one point, the network went down, or at least according to my phone, for, like a minute or 3. And that's when I saw it. It was like, like half the network's going to go up and down. Because it didn't even have full bars of Wi-Fi. It only had the 3 out of the 5. So, yeah, and I knew it wasn't going to be, but I tried anyway. I try it, man. I'm desperate. I don't know how they do it, but they got a free Wi-Fi hotspot right over there through a little piece of glass. But even if I walk down there to where I'm literally 8 feet tops away from that sign, but through glass, can't get the signal at all. It doesn't even show up in my menu. If I go in the building and I sit down in that spot, it does show up, but it's really, really weak Wi-Fi. But how do they stop it from leaking out of the building? Like, you saw how close the sign is. I'm sitting right here. I mean, how Wi-Fi anywhere else would come through the brick walls, but theirs doesn't even make it through the glass. Is it because it's that weak? Weird. Never seen anything like it. All right, so I'm sitting here on my ass for a few hours. There was a shuttle pulled up. I was like, oh, maybe it's early, but it's going to Dick's Gap. That's where all the other hikers that were here are headed. I'm headed back to Unicoi, so I got a couple hours just sitting here. I was hoping to upload in the meantime. Well, you can tell the next round of storms is coming in because there are mountains over there. I can vaguely see them in hunts or hills. But they were very visible a minute ago, so yeah. Another wave incoming. I guess as long as they're waves and not constants, that's more acceptable. Oh, I got 2 more hours to sit here. Maybe it'll peter itself out. Not according to my phone, but maybe. So the way it's looking now is pretty grim. I assume it's going to be like this when I get dropped off at the trail. But tomorrow, starting early, it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to stop raining at like 2 or 3. So it means I can wake up at my usual time, get ready, and hopefully go. And it'll be misty and, whatnot, but it won't be super wet. So, yeah, that's it. So I bought a water so that my water bottles will be full and my belly will be full so I don't have any water issues because, I seem to run into water issues in the rain. I'm just going to walk for a little bit and find myself a nice place to set up, throw down just so I'm on trail. And then, when I wake up, we start again, man. Franklin's about 60 miles away. The only problem is they stopped serving their pancake breakfast in 3 days. I'm not going to make it there by then. Gosh, I'm sitting here right now. I'm still going to try. That's a free breakfast, man. But it stops on the 14th. Today's the 11th, so let's see what I can do. It's not going to happen. Never mind, because I'd have to be there on the 14th early, so that gives me 2 days. No, it's not going to. Never mind. I don't get my free breakfast in Lincoln. Why am I even going there? I got to get food is why I'm going there. I'm only carrying 3-ish days with me. That's mostly resupply Frog Legs gave me. And that'll get me to Franklin, where they have another Ingles there for me to Ingles to shop at. I already sent out my box. I forgot to take a picture of the tracking number. Whoops. So that kind of sucks. Well, maybe I cut it on video while I was talking. No, I think I had it folded in half. I did. Never mind. Hopefully there's no issues with the box, but even if there is, it's just freaking food, man. I'll just figure it out. Because there's always problems with my boxes. So why even bother taking pictures of the numbers on there when they can't find it anyway? So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, that's the plan. Get back to Unicoi. Throw up as soon as I feel like throwing up camp, when I see a nice spot. Because it just starts going straight up, and I don't feel like going straight up. So, hell, I might camp at the Gap. I'm not opposed to that. I wonder if there's somewhere nice over there. I'll find something. I'll make something work. I got more Velcro on my tarp now, so I can close my doors even more. I'll be that much more comfortable and cozy. Yeah, it'll all work out. Who wants to go for a walk? Tomorrow will be a nice day. Wake up early. There'll be a little slop on the trail. I don't mind a little slop. They won't be falling from the sky any longer. It's kind of beautiful when you have a place to hide. But in another hour or so, I'm going to be out in this. I swear I've seen more rain on this trail in a month than I see in Arizona in a year. Never ever rains like this, man. Ugh. Too bad for all the hikers out in this right now. So many of us trudging through it. I'm sitting here complaining from the safety of a porch. But I'll be one of them sad, wet hikers here in no time. Ugh. Yeah. Safety meeting. Well, hopefully my phone isn't messing with me, man. Right now it's raining. Next hour there's like a 70% chance, and then for a whole hour window, there's nothing, it says. And that's when I'm being dropped off. Okay, so maybe the trails give me an hour window to go find a camp, set up, batten down the hatches, and just ride this thing out, man. I got plenty of water. I got some cocoa and stuff. I'll just kick it in there, make myself some dinner. Well, I don't even have to make myself dinner, huh? I packed out a couple hamburgers. That's it. Just go kick it, man. Set up my tent. See if I can do it a little bit better this time. And if I can't, now I have Velcro. So, when I don't do it right, the Velcro will come in handy. But if I do it right, I shouldn't need the Velcro. But I've only done it properly like twice out of all of this. So I still need a little practice. Every campsite's different, man. Every trees are different. I just got to figure it out. It's trial and error. And boy, you figure stuff out when you're getting all cold and wet. No, that's not cold. I think it's in the 60s right now. It feels cold, but that's because I'm always cold. All right, it'll all work out. This is just gonna go away for like a whole hour. Sun's gonna come out, rainbows and shit. Unicorn will ride by on a unicycle. It's gonna be good shit. You gotta love the towns with the free shuttles, man. Really appreciate that stuff. Well, do you see those little blue spots? Oh, it looks so dark, doesn't it? It hunts. All right, everything's gonna work out, guys. Here, still 20 minutes before he leaves. I'm just gonna find the first campsite and set up, and it's gonna work out great. Blue is contagious. Birds are singing. Hard to tell because traffic noises, but there's birds. Nice. Let's hope it holds out. I only need an hour. That's mostly for travel and all that stuff, and I still have 15 minutes before I can even board the bus. Well, I could probably board now, but it'd just be awkward silence between me and the driver. Oh, I'll kick it here. One more safety meeting for the route? Yeah, sure, that was a great idea. Yeah, one more. Ah, look who I can see. You haven't been out in a minute, man. I expect a lot from you over the next couple of days. Supposed to get it up to 80 out here, Parson. Oh, he's gonna peek through for the first time. Ho, ho, ho. No rainbows or anything, though. Look at all the blueness. That's a good window right there. We're about to leave. Not that long off. Maybe 5 minutes. First campsite I see. Yeah, you're late for work, Bob. Very, very late. Oh, I feel you upon my flesh. This is a glorious thing. Yeah, I do remember it just goes kind of straight up from here, doesn't it? Is that the trail behind it? Nah. That is the trail. Let's go find a place to camp, man. We lost our blue skies. Clock is a ticking. Oh, that looks traily over there, but it's probably not it. But it looks like a place to camp, man. Let's just poke our nose. We can do that. Very informative sign over there. You gonna go check? Looks too steep from here already, but hey. It was steep. I had to come down that, but it's nice and moist, so I just kind of slipped and slid my way down. It's almost like glissading. What does that in camp? Because that looks like a camp over there. Hey, tree, get out of my way. Oh, freshly broke. This must have fallen over. Wow! Oh, you see it straight broke off halfway up there in Hunts. Oh, but I mean, that's a pretty fresh break right there. It came from that all the way over there. Starting to sprinkle. And voila, we're at camp. Let's find a place to hammock. Yeah. Hopefully something good. Now, it is possible that some water will come through here tonight. We've got this little leaky pipe up here that makes this little thing right here. I doubt it'll overflow from the amount of stuff coming off there. But, hey, it's possible. If it does, I think it'd do it down there opposed to right here. But, yeah, you know. Then we got this bad boy. I can see its markings comes down. So I'm right in the middle. But this is an established campsite. You can tell by the amount of litter. Now, I don't know what's going on here because that looks like part of a jet boil, man. It's got that good bottom on it and stuff that, you know, holds in the heat. I wonder if I could somehow take that radiator thing off and put it on my cup. I'd like to have something that holds heat. Tons of hiker-ish garbage, you know, like this. That's not homeless people garbage. Fuel tanks over there. See, I think it's just dirty hikers. I looked around for shit and there's none in the immediate area. You know, because that's my biggest concern. Shit, used needles, stuff like that. But I don't believe this is a homeless camp. I believe this is just, yeah, by the garbage I'm seeing filthy hikers. Should be ashamed of themselves, man. Bean salsa. Hey, that still looks good. But yeah, I got my tent up. I don't have my door sealed yet, but you know, that's the next step. I went a little higher. I think that's the trick, man. I really need to repair that little hole before it gets much bigger, though. Just having a hard time finding anything that sticks to it. I need to hit like a gear shop and see if they've got, you know, magic tape that sticks to sil nylon, because so far everything I put on it just comes right back off. Huh. I hear birds. Let's grab our toys and go inside, man. Oh, so spacious. Yeah, check how tight my door is. All the way up, all the way down. Same on that side. Look at that overlap. Boom. Boom. Rain's not getting me. I got a good hang. I'm a little higher than usual, but that's what I got to do to get this thing to line up. I like being another, I don't know, foot lower than this. I hang low. It's what I do. Oh, this will work, but it's too high up, man. It's hard to cook my food and stuff. Got little holes here too. Whatever. That's probably my fault though. The other one came with it though. I noticed it the first night I set up. That's not my fault. That's okay. Holes down low don't bother me at all. I'll put some tape on that one day. That one I'm just worried about since it's at an anchor point. You know, it might keep going. It's not supposed to be a really windy night, so hopefully that's true. I was saying 15 miles an hour or something when I wake up. I can't imagine 15 miles an hour wind. Is that fast? Is that slow? I think that's slow. Okay. We got some Taco Bell and some burgers to eat. Yeah, I got those burgers, por favor. I got myself some Taco Bell, what I didn't eat last night. Taco Bell keeps, doesn't it? Well, we'll find out when I'm puking my guts up in the morning. Well, it did give me about an hour to set up, so that's really cool. Everything's dry except my tarp right now. Hopefully that doesn't blow out. Depending on how strong winds are, you know. I'm staked in as deep as I can get, but it's kind of muddy. Got good angles going on. I'm decently confident. I'm down here lower, so even if it is windy, I keep hearing it going over top. You can hear the freight train coming. But it does a little more than ruffle my rain flies, so I think I'll be good. I think it was a wise decision to just set up camp first thing available. I'm not even on trail. I'm over at some hobo camp. Trail's a little the other way. But I saw paths leading down here, and I was like, oh, there'll be something. You know, people get stuck at these gaps all the time, so I figured there'd be some sort of camping. Ate both my burgers, my Taco Bell. Now I'm just clam bacon in my hammock, man. I'm comfortable. Alright, well, I'm hoping to get an early start tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to do my thing. I don't set an alarm, but I'm going to be going to sleep early because it's only 4:30 right now, I think. Top time. 4:28. I'm close. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll see y'all early in the AM for some red lights. Night.